Good morning, all you wayfaring strangers out there. Good Wednesday morning. Eddie William Sellers coming to you. I had to come inside to do this little video this morning. We had storms all during the night here in East Point. It's wet outside, so I'm just sitting inside. Went outside to write because it's under a little patio cover out there. But anyway, everybody, hope you're doing okay today, and let's get this day started. The Morning Post this morning. It sure does seem like a lot of people are dying this week. The guy from the Cosby Show that drowned down in Costa Rica, Ozzy Osbourne, and a slew of ordinary people that are posted all over Facebook. Being on Facebook and other platforms maybe heightens awareness of all of that. It used to be you had to hear everything by telephone, landline, not cell phones, but landline telephones, or word of mouth. Oh, did you hear so and so died? You'd hear it from somebody. Now, we are just inundated, or is it inundated? Inundated every few hours with all kinds of information. But it does seem like a lot of people die almost every day, doesn't it? That's because we're on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and we just continually see everybody else's business out there, just like I show y'all all my business. If you ever hear that Eddie William Sellers had died, you'll probably hear it on TikTok. On Facebook, ain't nobody going to call you. I wonder if Jesus is still on the main line, or has he shifted over, hit my microphone, has he shifted over to the internet? For some of you young folks, the reason that song, Jesus on the Main Line, well, a lot of people, especially poor people, had party lines. They shared their telephone line with two or three other people. Then it came to the thing where people could afford to have their own landline. Nobody else owned it. And then the song, Jesus on the Main Line, that was called the Main Line. You didn't share it with nobody. It went straight to the person you was. Anyhow, I digress. So, my brain is a strange thing. I know that, and some of you people know that. Yesterday I wondered, why did Jesus wait until the end of his life before he started preaching and submitting himself to the cross? Life expectancy was only between 30 and 35 in the days of Jesus. He did nothing that we know of from 12 to 30. And then at the very end of his expected lifespan, he got baptized, got in church, well, metaphorically got in church, and started preaching. Was it a deathbed cross hanging? I kid Jesus, but my brain is a strange thing sometimes, the things that dance through my thoughts. There is a thin line between madness and brilliance. I'm not mad. I'm more on the brilliant side. Yeah, I might be heady and high-minded, but y'all, I am brilliant. And if I spent about 5 minutes with you, I'd find things about you also. You're kind of brilliant. Humans in general, kind of brilliant. Unless you voted for Donald Trump, and my God, you're just a weird wackadoodle person. Good Lord, go on. I kid the Trump voters. We love our bigots and racists. They make the world more colorful. Donald Trump spent yesterday ranting and raving about how horrible and how horrible and evil Barack Hussein Obama is. That's how he said it in the White House. Barack Hussein Obama. There has never been a white man in the history of mankind that hated a black man as much as Trump hates Obama. He spent years forming the birther movement. Lest anyone forget, the foundation of MAGA, the beginning of MAGA, the reason for MAGA was the birther movement. A bunch of white people who hated the fact that a black man was president of the United States. And you loved that part of MAGA if you're a part of MAGA. That's the sole reason why you voted for Donald Trump. You didn't want that black woman to be president either. So you can say it was politics and the price of eggs and and all that stuff. But we know you full of shit. You're just a weird person. Good Lord. But I digress. I just got through saying I'm kind of a madman, weird person myself sometimes. It is stormy while sitting out here this morning, wet and sprinkly. A lazy Wednesday morning in the South. I have a teeth cleaning at 10:30. One blessing is I still have my teeth. I'm missing 3 on the uppers. I had a partial, but Boom Boom chewed it up, and I left it laid on a little table, and I came in there an hour later, and he had chewed up that partial. And you know, it's made out of that stuff you can't hardly chew up. I told him, I said, Boom Boom, that cost me $1,800. Why would you do that? He said, just pray to Jesus. He'll give you some teeth. He did in the Bible days. I'm like, get out of here and go sit in the yard for a while. Boom Boom's a Baptist. But I didn't know Baptists believed in miracles. I've never seen in a Baptist church in all my life anybody ever get healed, saved, or set free from the devil. They're very stoic people, ain't they? Bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. Wasn't that a dull song? Who in the world ever liked that? I never did sing it. I never did care for it, bringing in the sheaves. Oh, shut up. And here I am talking about teeth. That's a good sign that I'm getting old. Old people talk about keeping their teeth. We should have expected the country to be in chaos with Trump, and we did. But it has already beaten all expectations of craziness. And it is going to get crazier, y'all. Because we have a brainless lunatic sitting in the White House, pretending to be an orange pumpkin. And I could say that in all love, dear children. In the Christ's name, I say it in love. I guess we could, as a country, pray death upon him. I have not yet. He protected himself against that by putting Vance in as a backup. What will the breaking news be today? Hillary? Maybe the country needs a do-over. Maybe Hillary should run again. Wouldn't that be something? That'd get everything stirred up good, wouldn't it? Let's go back and get it right. The real Hillary, the plain-spoken one that everybody seems to love, behind the curtain, with her beer and her fuck Donald Trump attitude and her language, instead of that polished pantsuit Hillary that people didn't really connect with, although I loved her. But that's not going to happen. But it would be fun just to watch Trump's head explode, wouldn't it? George told me yesterday while we were riding to Home Depot, I think the only reason he even ran for president was just to stay out of prison. There's a lot of truth in that, isn't it? And that's coming from somebody that voted for him. I wonder, why did Jesus wait until the end of his allotted days to save the world? What was he doing in his middle age and then his old age? Why did he wait until the very end of his life to do what he did? What was he doing from 18 to 30? And in the voice of Leslie Jordan, screwing? You reckon Jesus ever got a little before he got out? I hope he did. I hope he had some freakiness in him that he got out. Am I being blasphemous this morning? Yeah, I hope he was like Stella and he got his groove on. Maybe him and Mary Magdalene got a little freaky deaky going on. Wouldn't change my opinion of him because his words are what's powerful. Not where he's from, not his ancestors, but his words. Love your neighbor as you love your own self. His words are what's powerful. But I do hope he got a little freaky. You reckon he's bisexual? Did say he loved that John a little bit too closely, didn't it? The disciple that Jesus loved. Yeah, some of them Johns are kind of sexy. Eddie, go on. Stop all this now. Good Wednesday morning, sweet people. Today I will be strong and of good courage. I will keep on trucking on. The internet does make it seem more heightened, and time seems to fly by faster, doesn't it? The old ways of the telephone landline are long gone. The picture lumber. I know I've got long-winded. This, my 10 minutes is ticking down to the last few seconds. And you sat here and listened to every word of it, didn't you? Freaky. You freaky, ain't you? Love y'all.